Welcome to the Clutch Sheen, and today I want to talk about 6 NBA players that deserve to be All-Stars this year. These are the players that have yet to have an All-Star appearance or deserve to come back to the event. Of course, all of the elites will get in: LeBron, Giannis, KD. But today I want to talk about those who are balling out so well this year that they deserve a spot on the team. Let's load up and get right into it. Before we get into this list, here are some honorable mentions that I wanted to put on this list, but I believe might be too far-fetched or out due to injury. CJ McCollum. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, CJ, but he's out with injury, so I think he's going to make the All-Star team this year, but better luck next time, man. To start out this list, I'm going to start with Fred VanVleet. Fred Rico has just signed a hefty deal with the Raps this past offseason, and this recent signing has been looking amazing. FWV does not always put up the craziest numbers due to sharing the ball with Siakam and Lowry, but Fred has been balling out, especially during games when the two All-Stars are out. Fred always puts 110% out on the court in all areas: scoring, passing, and defending. Now, this may be the biased Raps fan in me, so don't judge, alright? But I always wanted to see Fred in an All-Star game jersey, proving his place as one of the elite guards in the league and not a bench player. Domantas Sabonis. Last year when Sabonis made the team, a lot of individuals other than Indiana fans were shocked that the 6'11" Gonzaga alumni was on the All-Star roster. Nevertheless, Sabonis should still be a lock for a spot this year, averaging 20 points per game, 12 rebounds per game, and 6 assists on almost 55% shooting. Currently at the 4th spot in the East, Sabonis has been holding it down for the Pacers all season long. He is a monster on the glass and had a 16-game streak of grabbing 10 or more boards before his minor knee injury against the Raptors. Sabonis does still need to improve his defense to an elite level, but the Sabonis-Turner experiment allows for Sabonis to sag off on defense and focus on his offensive load. Bradley Beal, the man stuck in Washington, the man to only score 137 points in 4 games, only to lose all 4 of them. Beal was snubbed for a roster spot last year, which created a lot of controversy on NBA Twitter. This was mainly because of Washington's position in the league, being bottom of the barrel. This year, unfortunately, is more of the same, and Beal is in a similar predicament yet again. But honestly, I don't care. Beal is an all-star level talent and deserves a spot on the roster this year. Don't tell me about the standings and everything. I really don't. I could care less, and this man is putting blood, sweat, and physical tears on the court, and all we can do is just give him a spot on the damn roster. Please, hashtag free Beal 2021. Zach LaVine. The high-flying, unstoppable force of Zach LaVine is in full effect once again this year. In a similar predicament to Beal, just like last year, the Bulls were not competing at all, but LaVine was putting up all-star numbers. Yes, you can argue it's empty stats, but you can argue that some of the plays and leadership he has done for the Bulls is not an all-star level talent. LaVine last year proved that he is more than just a dunker, and this year is making the jump to all-star stardom. With shooting splits of 50, 40, 87, LaVine is shooting very efficiently while being the main offensive load for the struggling Bulls. I am starting another hashtag. Please, hashtag free LaVine 2021, but this one seems more likely with actual teams looking for him at the trade deadline. Jaylen Brown. Probably the best 3-and-D player in the East. Brown has been amazing this year on the Celtics, especially with Kemba being out for the beginning of the season. He was able to carry the offensive load for the Celtics alongside fellow All-Star Jason Tatum. Especially when Tatum was out due to COVID restrictions, Brown has shown that he has the ability to carry out the offensive load even by himself. I am very excited for the future of JT and JB, and when Kemba not playing enough games this year and struggling coming out of injury, JB seems to have a roster spot locked this season, but may have to fight off both LaVine and Beal for that roster spot on the East. Mike Conley. Now, I know what you're saying, Ray, why would Conley be on the All-Star roster? His stats are not as good as some other players players. And my response would be that stats don't always matter. Conley is a 13-year vet with no all-star appearance whatsoever, and that bothers me. During his years in Memphis, he, Gasol, and Randolph put grit and grind on the map. The big men were able to secure all-star spots during their tenure, except for Conley. This was because unfortunately Conley had to go up against other point guards: Chris Paul, Westbrook, Curry, Dame Dollar. But this year I think this should be his year. He has finally bounced back after an underwhelming performance last year and is doing more on the court. His passing and defense is better this year, allowing the Jazz to be the top spot in the West as of this recording. And that is my list for 6 players that deserve to be all-stars this year. Now, unfortunately, not all these players on the list are going to make the team. This is just because of the West and East Coast restrictions, plus the guard restrictions, which is stupid. But honestly, man, these are the players that I think that they deserve it. And if not, they're definitely going to make all-star teams in the future. If you enjoyed watching this video, like and subscribe for more content. And until next time, we out.